lot going on behind the scenes with Khamzat that a lot of people don't know about. That Chechenian dictator, his two sons were his cornermen. Do you want that to be the face of the middleweight division, one of the faces of the UFC, knowing there's these ties to this horrible dictator?
Word's getting around fast. UFC just let go of a rising heavyweight star. Fans online are furious. At the same time, people still aren't sure if Khamzat, the sport's most feared wolf, has the lungs to survive 5 tough rounds. This story's pulling in every kind of fight fan. Those who live...
For Khamzat to go, I think number 11, maybe he's going to fight Neil Magny. No one will fight him 11 through fucking 3. And they go, all right, here's Gilbert Burns. And, you know, I'm a guy who I've been all over his Czechostanian nuts.
For the drama, those who obsess over stats, and those who just want to see who's throwing hands next. So grab your water, settle in, and let's break it all down. Once the bell rings, you won't want to miss a second. Brendan Schaub's been non-stop talking about Khamzat Chimaev's cardio. He's confident Khamzat's gas tank is full. Known for finishing people early, Khamzat once struggled with lung problems, and fans doubted if he could last deep into a...
For Khamzat to go, I think number 11... maybe he's going to fight Neil Magny. No one will fight him 11 through fucking 3. And they go, all right, here's Gilbert Burns. And, you know, I'm a guy who I've been all over his Czechostanian nuts.
Fight. But Brendan says those lung issues? Gone. He points to 2 intense 3-round battles Khamzat survived. Imagine sprinting for 9 minutes straight, taking punches from Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman, and still being a threat. Brendan even watched him train, drill after drill, no heavy breathing. He believes the real test will be on August 16th. That night, Khamzat takes on South African powerhouse Dricus du Plessis in a 5-round main event.
Hey, I'm gonna smash that guy, knock him out 1 minute less. I promise. Kick your ass and his ass together. Come in the cage.
If Khamzat stays strong in rounds 4 and 5, it'll prove his tank is massive. For fans, that's a big relief. If he passes this, the last reason to doubt this Chechen-Swedish destroyer might finally be gone. But not everyone sees it the same way. The odds makers are telling a different story, and their numbers are interesting. They believe if Khamzat wins, it'll happen early, before the second round even ends. So gamblers are betting on...
You ever miss the 6-pack when you blow up between fights?
I'd rather be fat and happy than ripped, and like these people who are ripped all year round aren't happy. I'm not arse. I don't care what they say. This 6-pack's sound. I look great, but I'd rather be fat and happy, lad.
A quick finish. But those backing du Plessis think he'll grind it out for 25 full minutes and win by decision. It's like choosing between a fast, heart-dropping roller coaster or a long, slow walk through a haunted house. Look at the stats. Fight time, strike volume, takedown defense. Then pick your side. The cool part, these bets reflect how fans really feel. Fear, hype, and fight memories all mix into the odds. If they shift before the fight, it's probably because of leaks.
Did you break your arm at some point in the fight?
Just a scratch.
Sparring footage, camp whispers, changing people's minds. In short, money talks. And right now it says Khamzat wins fast or DDP wins late. Now, on the other side of the world, Paddy Pimblett is fighting something else, his own cravings. Outside of training camp, Paddy eats like a legend. Towering burgers, food pics that would give dietitians nightmares. But when it's time to cut back down...
When did the recklessness show up? What age was the recklessness?
I think it was after... It might have been after I retired from boxing.
First, what was that?
Yeah, I was 30... I believe I was like 38 years old.
To 156 pounds, it's straight up suffering. On his YouTube channel, Paddy jokes about retiring just so he can say goodbye to the scale forever. He dreams of walking around at light heavyweight, 60 pounds heavier than his fight weight. That's like carrying a loaded backpack of books every day. Each year, he puts his body through that swing. No chips, no cake, no late-night pizza, just discipline and pain. Fans connect with his honesty, skipping dessert.
Oscar, yeah. So you're saying from 19 to 38... No drugs, no hardcore cardio, nothing.
Zero, no.
Zero from 19 to 38.
No, not at all.
Literally.
I was super focused.
It hurts, and Paddy makes that pain feel real. His mix of being a joker, a fighter, and someone who tells it straight has made him a viral sensation. He knows it too. Every weight cut becomes must-watch content, but even jokers get tired of starving. Dan Hooker didn't hold back. He stirred the pot saying the UFC might throw Paddy straight into a title fight against featherweight champ Ilia Topuria. That's like cutting to the front of a long lunch line. And the kids wait.
I was very happy that the doctor stopped the fight because I don't get paid by rounds, I get paid by wins. So as soon as I finish, it's better for me. But I think it was the right decision. His eyes were pretty bad.
Fighting aren't happy. Fighters like Arman Tsarukyan have been grinding for years. Hooker called that kind of matchup a joke. But in the UFC, business often wins. A champ with pay-per-view points wants the biggest name and the easiest fight. And Paddy? He fits both. He's wildly popular but still green compared to elite fighters. Hooker warns this shortcut could be what pushes someone like Justin Gaethje to quit. When fighters feel the rankings don't matter anymore, it breaks the system. In simple terms, the UFC isn't always about trophies. It's about money. Fighters know it, fans hate it, and social media explodes every time it happens. Whether Paddy gets that leap or not, just the rumor is enough to keep both divisions buzzing with tension. Meanwhile, boxing legend Oscar De La Hoya is going after TKO and the UFC over something much bigger, the Muhammad Ali Act. That law protects boxers from shady deals. Think of it like a seatbelt for fighters. Oscar claims TKO wants to cut that seatbelt and charge into boxing with the same thin, unfair contracts used in MMA. He dropped a blazing Instagram video warning fighters their rights are under threat. Imagine a hall monitor yelling down the hall, "They're stealing your lunch money!" Oscar says the UFC is already being sued by fighters for unfair pay and now wants to bring that system into boxing too. A lawyer, Eric McCracken, even started a petition to get Congress involved, asking to expand the law, not weaken it. Now, most casual fans tune out legal stuff, but Oscar didn't hold back, calling the plan pigs with lipstick to make sure people pay attention. Bottom line, the fight outside the cage is just as brutal as the ones inside it. But even while the suits battle it out, the fight calendar is heating up fast. Paris gets Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mauricio Ruffi on September 6th. Two lightweights, both explosive, ready to crash like kids flying downhill on bikes. Then Perth lights up on September 27th with Tom Nolan versus Evan Elder, local talent trying to break into the big scene. October turns up the heat even more. Farid Basharat takes on Chris Gutierrez at UFC 320, classic striker versus grappler. And in Rio de Janeiro, Irene Aldana goes to war with Bia Mesquita, a jiu-jitsu legend with 10 world titles who wants to prove her fists can hit just as hard. Each fight writes its own story. Win streaks, hometown pride, styles clashing. Fans mark calendars, media hypes it up, and gyms scramble to find the perfect sparring partners. The machine never stops. Now let's talk about Renato Moicano, the Brazilian lightweight known for sharp suits and even sharper words. He weighed in on that razor-close fight between Renat Dervishev and Robert Whittaker. Renato kept it simple. Scoring that fight was easy. 3 rounds to Renat, 2 to Rob. But like any test in school, even simple math gets messy when everyone circles different answers. Moicano explained it clearly. Yeah, Rob's 2 rounds looked dominant, but that doesn't cancel out the other 3. Renat was sneaky in the clinch, tough as nails, and landed his knees with perfect timing. He compared those knees to mousetraps, silent until snap, then pain. Fans love it when fighters break things down like this. It's like getting a peek behind the curtain. At first, Rob didn't agree. He went online and said as much, but later he tipped his hat, admitting Renat executed better. The message here? Even elite fighters need to review tape, swallow pride, and keep learning. In MMA, respect often comes after the replays. And speaking of replays, Dominic Reyes can't stop thinking about his 2020 war with John Jones. On a podcast with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, he said he's certain he won the first 3 rounds. He swears John had nothing for him early on. He even gave away his secret to stopping John's infamous eye pokes. He'd hammer fist the outstretched hands like swatting away sticky branches in the woods. Reyes admits he slowed down in rounds 4 and 5, but he also points out takedowns that lead to nothing should count less. He compared it to freeze tag. If you're frozen for 1 second, it shouldn't really matter. That fight remains one of the sport's biggest what-ifs. Everyone's got a take. Reyes believes a win over Carlos Ulberg could put him back in the title picture, and he wants to prove that confidence isn't just empty words. For fans, listening to him talk strategy reminds them fighting is mental too. It's like chess, but with fists. Now, the biggest shock of the week, UFC let go of heavyweight Martin Buday. Let that sink in. 7-1 record, 3 straight wins, and he's out. It's like cutting your team's star quarterback right after he wins MVP. That's how weird it feels. Buday said he got the call, no new contract, just like that. He stayed calm, kept his chin up, but fans, they didn't take it well. Forums blew up. Some asked, "Don't we need more heavyweights?" Others pointed at guys with worse records still on the roster. Former fighter Zach Pauga said the decision was so off, he couldn't even comment. Buday clearly wanted to stay. In a division as thin as heavyweight, steady fighters are gold. Letting him go feels like throwing away spare change you might need later. Everyone's guessing why. Was it bad blood? Boring style? Budget cuts? Whatever it was, it shows how fragile a UFC contract really is. The backlash got ugly fast. People started blasting Dana White. Some said he cares more about launching side projects like UFC-branded jiu-jitsu leagues than fixing the heavyweight mess. Fans listed other recent cuts: Guerrero, Rosenstruck, Romanov. It's a long list. They say the division's depth is disappearing fast. One fan sarcastically said, "The same people crying now were calling Budai's fights boring last month." And he's not wrong. Fans boo clinch-heavy fights, but then cry when those fighters get cut. Others pointed out the inconsistency. Why keep someone like Tai Tuivasa on a losing streak and cut a younger winner like Budai? It's messy, it's emotional, and it proves something very real. In the UFC, winning isn't the only thing that counts. You need style, personality, timing, and a little luck. Still, there's hope. Many believe Budai will sign with another promotion, rack up some brutal knockouts, and force the UFC to reconsider. Everyone loves a comeback, and Budai's might be just around the corner.